Done. I have fun. It's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking through.
Be responsible. Oh, look at that. I got a blue dot on my head. Be responsible. Interesting concept. Something I want to touch base on today and share some information. But before I do that, what got me thinking about taking responsible action and being responsible is that even if we didn't cause a problem, if we take it on and do the best we can and come up with an alternative to fix, if there's a problem, to fix a problem, or to take advantage of the opportunity to help other people, help yourself. I wanted to talk about that today because in where I live in Canada, we're having a provincial election, and there's a number of items that are on the ballot, and people can sit back and complain, or they can go and be responsible and cast their vote. So it's what made me think that this would be a great topic for all of us around the globe to think about. Take responsibility for everything that's going on in your life. That sounds pretty like probably like a unbelievable process of impossibility. Yeah, it might be. I'm going to share a couple of things here I think are pretty cool. I came across this particular one. Be curious, not judgmental. So be curious today. Don't judge this live stream. Just see what comes out of it. What can you do to make this a better experience with the lesson and idea that you're going to get from this? If you do. These both were inspired by the TV show Ted Lasso. I have a hard time hearing people who do not believe in themselves. So one of the things that I think is critical for being responsible is to start believing in yourself. I've decided that I'm in the business of BS. And it's not what you think. It's actually believe it before you see it. So come up with something that you want to go after. Take responsibility and make it happen. You won't see the end result of it until you start believing it in the first place. Everything that was man-made first started with an idea and a commitment and a belief about its possibilities of coming to fruition. I'm reaching over here for my iPhone and the case. Both of those things, a bunch of years ago weren't even thought about, maybe a bunch of decades ago. But they came from somebody's inspired action to make things happen. They took responsibility. There's numerous other things in the world that are like that. I shared a concept about victim with an associate of mine, and it was the first time he'd actually seen it. And I'm going to bring that up for you to have a peek at. And we look at this as victim. So the above the line is somebody who is proactive. They take responsibility. They could be option thinkers, opportunistic. The word we choose here, though, is own it. So whenever there's a situation, a challenge, a problem, own it, make it better. Have a vision of where you are today is current reality. Where would you like to be tomorrow? That's the vision. And strive to do everything with a point of view of excellence. Forget about trying to be perfect, because you know what? Nothing's perfect. Microsoft Windows, for example, comes out, and they generally release that, so I'm told, when it's 80% ready. and then they rely on us to share information, almost like we're beta testers, and they fix the other 20% to try and get it to a level of excellence. And people above the line, you see him standing up there with his arms up and a smile on his face. They tend to be energy givers versus energy takers. Do you know anybody like that? And the above the line people are opportunity seekers, looking to make the world a little bit better place for themselves and the people that they're associated with, whether it be family, business, or friends. Below the line is problem seekers or the victim mindset. So they tend to blame everybody. They always have excuses for why things can't happen or be possible, tend to have a negative disposition. They are in a state of denial most of the time. Live in this place called scarcity. That's a place that if you're in, you might want to find a way out. And if you notice by the way this character is drawn, he's got his head down, or she's got her head down, or they've got their head down. Oh, woe is me. There's no possibilities. Everything's shite. Do you know anybody like that? Hopefully it's not you. Maybe it's somebody in your circle. What could you do to help them get above the line? In Jack Canfield's book, if I can sneak that up here. The success principles, the very first principle that he talks about is take responsibility. And in his book, The Success Principles, basically it's a roadmap to help all of us figure out where you are and where you want to go and how to get you there. And the first thing is to take responsibility to do that exercise, to figure out where you are and where you'd like to get to, and then start taking actions to get there. If you need more education, do you need more people? Do you need to raise money? And don't worry about the how. How is an integral part of the process, but if we get stuck on the how too soon, too early, it'll eliminate the possibilities. So start figuring out where you're at. What is it you're dissatisfied with where you're at? And what would it be like if you were living in your ideal life, both personally and professionally? What would that look like? And dare to dream. Write out your own personal life chapter, just like a good Stephen King novel. Write it out. It's fantasy. All of his books are fantasy, aren't they? And if you look at his story about how he got to where he is, it's quite fascinating. He started out being thinking he had the opportunity to write and be published, and then he packed it in, but somebody supported him. So maybe you need to create a support group of responsibility partners or accountability partners. I was on a Jack Canfield, or in a Jack Canfield webinar, and he talked about the increase in effectiveness is achieved by having an accountability partner, somebody who you trust and respect. I'm not sure exactly how they measured it, but it's up to 500% increase of getting your shit done. So take responsibility in terms of deciding where you're at and where you'd like to get to, and find an accountability partner, get a coach, get a mentor. And there's another book around the victim, which is the Oz principle. And in this book, they talk a lot about accountability for individuals and organizations. So there's a couple of tips for you, a couple of books you could use to study to increase your effectiveness, to get you out of scarcity. If you're in scarcity, take you to another level. Just saying. I normally start these at 9:00. We had the election. It made me a little bit late, but I still wanted to be on the air and share these insights. And I was inspired by the election to take responsibility for voting, as well as reminding myself and others that are watching this now or in the replay. As a matter of fact, if you are watching on the replay, just go hashtag replay and let me know where you're chiming in from or watching. That would be fantastic. And if you see this or like what we do on the Business Renovator, share that out as well. We go Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Typically, we have guests on Wednesdays and Fridays, some interesting people from around the globe, Russia, England, Australia, A lot of the US and Canada has been represented. If you know somebody who has a story that would make sense to be on the Business Renovator, make an introduction. Happy to see them. Happy to have them on the show. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me just share that how I like this to show you how to be wonderful. One of my mentors decades ago came up with this. Look at how big the U is. It stands for you and your uniqueness. And all of us are wonderful in our own way. So go out, act like yourself, and be wonderful today and every day.
I get shit done, I have fun. It's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking